Midbrain contains an area called the pre-anterior grey matter, or PAG, which links the amygdala to the hypothalamus with the prefrontal cortex. It has a role in coordinating and integrating behavioral responses to perceived internal and external stresses, such as pain and threat. Supporting research is Lowenstein and Stern, 1988. Lesions to PAG in rats were shown to increase aggression when rats were confronted with potential threats in the form of unfamiliar male rats being introduced to the cage. The amygdala is the center for emotions, emotional behavior, and motivation. It integrates internal and external stimuli, and every sensory modality has an input which, when combined, gives us an instinctive feeling or reaction to the environment, which will include aggression. The prefrontal cortex also connects to the amygdala. This connection may lead to aggression. Supporting research, Bufkin and Luttrell, 2005. They carried out a meta-analysis where they analysed results in 15 brain studies on aggression. They found all brain scans had a less active prefrontal cortex and amygdala, which led to aggression and aggressive behaviours. Hypothalamus. The role of the hypothalamus is to maintain homeostasis through the regulation of hormones, including the regulation of sexual functions. This is linked to aggressive behaviour in males via the production of testosterone. Supporting research, Egger and Flynn, 1963. Egger and Flynn found that electrically stimulating parts of the amygdala would either increase or suppress aggression. In their study, they also demonstrated this by stimulating areas of the hypothalamus, causing cats to show aggressive behaviour towards rats. This suggests the hypothalamus has a role in aggression. Prefrontal cortex is an area in the brain that sits right behind the forehead. It influences social interactions and regulation of behaviour. Prefrontal cortex damage has connections to the amygdala and hypothalamus. Damage to this area often leads to a problem with anger management, irritability, and impulse control. Supporting research, Rain. He wanted to find out the difference in brain structure between NGRIs and non-murderers. He found that there was less activity in the frontal lobe, especially in the prefrontal cortex. Limbic system. The limbic system includes the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the hypothalamus. It has a role in self-preservation and fight-or-flight response. It's responsible for controlling emotions and for focusing attention on events that are emotional for the individual, and links the thalamus and hippocampus. Supporting research is Andy and Vadlamarty, 1987, which stimulated parts of the hypothalamus and basal ganglia, parts of the limbic system of cats, and had aggressive seizures. Phineas Gage's brain damage led to his understanding that a damaged prefrontal cortex could increase aggression. Studies in rodents like cats have found that different areas of the brains are associated with different things. Studies in rodents of cats have found that different areas of the brains are associated with different types of aggression. Offensive behaviours is associated with the middle of the hypothalamus. Defensive behaviour is associated with the dorsal back of the hypothalamus, and predatory behaviour is associated with this side of the hypothalamus. Issue of social control. The application of these findings can be used to treat aggressive patients by performing lobotomies to the prefrontal cortex, which subdue emotions and emotional reactions. As well as this, we can start looking at people who have an overactive amygdala before they've committed a crime. This proves to say that we do not know the cause and effect relationship. We do not know if the crime is caused by brain structure or if brain structure is there in the first place. Animal evidence cannot be generalized to humans, as this is reductionist. Also, humans are logically driven by their actions. It's not just instinct. We can think about things like morality. Animals can't. However, animals do share basic functioning. Mice share 70% of the same brain structure to humans. Scanning is reliable, but validity is questionable, as this measures processing of an artificial task which are not like real life. Ethical issues of using animals and performing lobotomies counterbalance with the other explanations, like evolutionary approach. And this only considers nature, not nurture. For example, family background needing money, or the psychodynamic approach. There's a lot of supporting evidence from case studies and animal studies, as you've seen. We now have more accurate scanning techniques like PET scans and fMRIs. We use standardized scientific procedures to make it a reliable way to diagnose and test aggression. Genetic research supports these findings.